In this video, we're going to show you how to fill out the activities and awards section of the UC application. So here you have an opportunity to tell them all about different activities that you've done outside of the classroom. And so you have an opportunity to tell them about 20 different activities. You are not required to list 20 different activities, however, you can if you have them. But the rule here is you don't really want to focus on activities that you did in high school, because what they're really looking to see is what you've done after high school in your college experience. And so if it's something that you did in high school but are continuing to do now, then that's fine because it's still relevant and it's still showing your commitment to something. However, if it's something that was only in high school, you no longer do it, we would recommend that you do not include it on your application because it really won't add value to your application. And so you'll see that there are different categories that you can add on here. You have the opportunity to add different awards or honors. So if you were on the dean's list here at IVC or perhaps at another school, if you received any type of award for something, maybe through playing sports or a club or something in your community, you can list those there. Under educational preparation programs, it's any programs that really have enriched your academic experience. And so just to show you different options that you have here, there are several that you can choose from. So one of those would be, for example, our IVC Honors Program. So you can enter that under Other. But that also would tie into here with UCI Honors to Honors, perhaps, as well as the UCLA Transfer Alliance Program, if you are planning on applying to those campuses because it is relevant. You may have participated in other programs that are listed here, so look through it and see if anything applies, such as maybe Umoja. Sometimes students participate in Mesa, Puente. So you just want to make sure to look through this and see if anything applies. But if it's not on this list, you always have the option to select Other and to include the information manually. Under extracurricular activities, you can include everything from club participation to sports, really to hobbies, again, because this is showing your commitment, your interests, you improving on skills. So as long as they're relevant to your experience after high school, then they can be listed here as well. Under volunteering and community service, this can really be anything that you have kind of volunteered your time for that was not paid. So if it was an unpaid internship, this would be fine. If you participated, in your community somehow, maybe at your church, again, really anything that wasn't paid where you volunteered your time to somehow help the community or to help an organization. And then lastly, there's the work experience. So this can be employment as well as any paid internships that you've had. And this is super important because a lot of times students maybe don't have time to do a lot of other activities because they have to work to support themselves. So you want to make sure that you are including your work experience here, because that is, again, how you're showing how you spent your time. And what kind of, again, providing more context as far as maybe the need to keep yourself or your family afloat. So you do want to include all of this to provide more context to the readers about what exactly you were doing when you were not studying for your classes. So again, you do not have to list 20 items here. I would not recommend putting in things that are just for fluff. Put in those things that you've done out of high school that really show who you are and what is important to you. And that's all there is to it for this section. In our next video, we'll talk about scholarships and programs.